Oh man,
we back for part
we
two.
start for part two, man. We
Part two.
left with a cliffhanger with them paws on them, man. But we gonna not get into that just yet, man. You got another fire beat, bro?
I mean, that's all I make as far. I'm sorry, man. I ain't trying to have a big head about it. I do got a big head, man, but you know, so no.
Let me Google and see if Wolverines got big heads.
Oh man, you know what? But it's the conceitedness, it's the arrogance. Every time they come on High Street, they do get, and it gets so deflated when they leave. It just be
It is coming to us this year too.
yikes,
What you gonna do, y'all here?
yikes.
Yikes. Okay.
They don't do y'all. How do you say that in French? That's what they speak up there,
Do
right?
y'all?
I spell it.
Oh, you that went over your head, bro.
I know, man.
You threw a shot, bro.
That's okay. I know, but see, can I finish? But you'll cut me off. But that's your
Okay.
problem, man. You always cut somebody off. Sit there and let me talk, okay? You know what I'm saying?
We ended with the fist, bro. We ended with the
You
fist,
know,
bro.
yeah, listen here. Oh, man. I'm tired of y'all now. I'm sitting here trying to talk about all this, how Rick Bad all this. What happened last year, huh? Yeah, listen, how I'm here.
I just feel how they think about we can't even count.
Y'all can too, but we lost count. Man, I'll tell
We
you.
lost count. How many has been in 10 years? How many? There's more than 10 years.
That's all right, man. We're still big overall.
That's so cute. Look,
Man, you know what?
before that it was.
Hey, welcome to the 4 o'clock in DCP. I'm sick of all this. We gonna stop all this today, man.
Hey, he got the music on there. We killed his whole vibe, man. He was getting ready to freestyle. We killed his whole vibe,
You know what I'm
bro.
saying, man? You know, the whole time, like, I apologize to y'all because all I heard was, but I knew they was saying something crazy, so that's why I was saying something back. I should have just shut my mouth. That's my fault. I'm sorry. It took me there. I was trying to be cool. You know what I'm saying?
killed his whole vibe, bro.
Mind my business, man. I want to talk to fight.
So no, for real, in high school, it was like, all right, so Dave was, it was like the football players, right?
Right.
And some of those football players also wrestled, did track, this, that, and the third. There was one or two in particular that was known for saying the dumbest crap in the world. I'm talking about we could all always be sitting around joking, having a good time, laughing. You could count on one person in particular. You know, berries?
Yeah.
Berries are red. You'd be like, where, why, who? So Dave decided, you know what, I can't let this go undocumented. Dave used to have his little notepad. And every time dude would say something, Dave he would say a word, he would just be like,
I sure would. Yeah. What's today's date? Yeah.
and we would all just lose it. Because everybody would stop and stare at him.
Yeah, sure
And Dave would just be,
Yeah. I'm like, you know what, dude?
He would just say red berries out nowhere.
we would all be joking about something, and he would be thinking he was saying a joke, and it would just be
It's not funny, man. It is good, though.
Oh.
Like what? Yeah, for real. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. We had great times at Brett Caven, but we're gonna erase. She's trying to do is reflect the notebook on me, man. But now we're gonna go back to when we was fighting. Part one.
Yeah, we left all them hands, bro. You left all them hands.
So when I was saying, I told Keith, like, we used to go out to clubs or something, or little high school parties and stuff. The group, you know what I'm
She said,
saying?
I am saved.
Yeah, the group was cool. I didn't worry about getting into a fight, cause I knew all of us, including Jessica right here, Jackson. Yeah, you gonna knock somebody's block off. And let me give you a prime example, not all the
Please
details.
do, sir. Testify.
But,
Testify, dog.
there was a fight going on. I'm gonna keep the names disclosed. I don't know who's watching. I don't
To
need
protect the innocent.
Yeah, man. I'm like Law and Order. Dum dum.
plead the fifth.
Yeah, you know, so
I'm not drinking on this. Go ahead, dog.
so it was some words that was exchanged. Jessica came laughing. You know what I'm saying? Because first off, everything in our little group was funny, man. That's why I'm saying I'll be tweaking. Because stuff be funny, man. Like, I think life is completely funny.
It
Like,
is.
It is
It
stupid.
is.
So she came over laughing. Something else happened. And then something else happened. Then out of nowhere, you see, boom, 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 boom. Like, ooh.
A centerpiece?
Yeah, so when I tell you, man, and no shade, no, I'm not even going to use that for example. I'm gonna say something about Tua, but that's not cool. So
don't do that, man.
If the Bengals did not hurt Tua, the Miami Dolphins did that. So that was nothing to do with the Bengals. Stop saying the Bengals did that. That was the Miami Dolphins organization, like Stephen A. Smith said.
They fired the doctor too, bro. They fired the doctor.
Yeah, they should be all fired.
So they fired
the doctor. But
go back to the 7-piece chicken with 2 sides and 3 biscuits.
And 3 biscuits with the large drink. Man,
was there honey? No honey.
Not this dude.
I mean, not this whistle off so bad to the point. The following week, that was
he had a whistle on his neck.
No, listen, like that was on a Tuesday, right? We didn't see him. The following week, we found out he didn't transfer schools. Like, how do you do that, man?
Hold on, dog. She beat him up that bad. He
didn't transfer schools, man.
What did he do?
He
got knocked the heck out.
So here's
she said he swung and missed.
So here's the thing.
Okay.
The argument, the initial, everything that was going on had nothing to do with him. Okay.
Whoa!
I think I have a really annoying laugh in those moments. And so he is really like fighting and kind of a little bit, tagging a little bit with these 2 females back and forth. I'm out the way laughing just like everybody else is. Maybe mine was just a little bit too annoying. But he literally came the direction and threw a punch. And I might have said a couple things like, oh, you fighting girls, you know, or something. It might have been something like that.
Okay.
I might have timed it a little bit.
Okay.
He swung and it grazed my nose the way it did. I said, oh, Jesus.
It was a reaction?
It's like, okay.
Oh, man.
So, from funny to serious, like, whenever, I don't know what it is, when it's a man that comes at me to harm me, I snap. Now, if it's a female, I might laugh you off because I know better.
Right.
I might just push you in the face a little bit. I might treat you like a little toddler.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's a man or a male figure, you could literally jump at me and I'm going to black out.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not going to give you a chance.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And I know where it stems from, so to speak, but yeah, he did. And it took, man, we was laughing about this the other day. Like, it took 4 football players and 3 parents to wedge me in between the vending machine and the locker. They stacked themselves on top of me like this.
Man.
Like they all stacked themselves on me.
It took that many people to.
Yeah, you had to call. That's what I'm saying, man. That's why I knew. Like, we going to the club and something jump off. I am covered.
What are we sitting next to, bro? Like, what
I am
Right.
safe.
What happened? Dr. Jekyll Miss Hyde type stuff.
It's just whenever it's a male aggressive, I can't. It's just like boom, like it's automatic.
Yeah.
On site.
It's not even on site. It's like survival mode takes a whole new level.
Yeah.
And so I think I had mentioned it, but it stems from I was raped at 4.
Okay.
So whenever a man is aggressive or disrespectful toward me, you know it goes.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it, and it does. It, you know, do this. You only gonna get so far with it. Trust me. But come at me physically, oh, I'll snap.
Yeah.
Quickly.
So you just mentioned that, like,
Yeah.
how did that affect you, like, growing up, and how did you were able to, like, get through it to where you are now?
Well, I mean, when it happens at 4, you don't understand what happened.
Yeah.
You don't really, you can't really digest it. You just feel like you did something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what you did wrong. You don't know how to describe that. You don't know how to, you know. And we hadn't had the good touch, bad touch conversation.
Right.
I was 4.
Yeah.
And so, and they weren't expecting to have it because it was the neighbor's son. And the neighbor, the woman next door, and my mom were best friends.
Whoa.
And so they weren't expecting it. But when and the way he had played it off, it wasn't this aggressive thing. It was this friendly, inviting thing. So I didn't know what I had did wrong to feel that way, to have to be hurt that way, right? And so then it plays into, next thing you know, I didn't want men to see me as somebody to hurt. I wanted them to see me as somebody to respect.
Gotcha.
So I pick up the basketball because that's what men do.
Right, yeah.
And if I can handle this rock the way you can, you're going to respect me. If I could do this the way you can, you're going to respect me. Right. You know? And so I became this huge tomboy. I didn't wear anything, as you know, Dave. I wore nothing form fitted. I was straight hoodies, sweatpants. Could care less about anybody know whether or not they knew it. When they found out I actually had a form, people lost it. But I was straight, like, just really tomboyish. Did not, hair always pulled back. Sometimes I did not care about nothing. I wanted the respect more than I wanted to be sought after. And so that's really what that translated into.
You like the girl from Love and Basketball, so you dated Spalding.
Nike dress all day.
Nike dress all day.
Nike dresses.
So, Dave, is that true, man? She just wore like jogging suits?
Yeah.
She kind of hit everything.
Yeah, man.
Well, I mean, on Fridays we dress up for game day.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
when we were,
True.
like my freshman to junior, some of my senior year, every Friday was a game day, so you had to dress up.
Yeah.
The team dynamic started to change because girls started to understand that their sexuality was not necessarily, they weren't attracted to men. So they didn't dress traditional female way. And so having females dress meant you had to try to explain something. And at that time, you know, back when I was in high school, it's like I graduated 2002. It was a really uncomfortable situation or conversation to have. Mm-hmm. So we all went and got team sweats and stuff like that. We got things spray painted because it's out of respect for my teammates, my sisters, who femininity is just, for me, it wasn't that I couldn't be feminine. I didn't want to.
Right.
For them, that wasn't in them.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, y'all had a, man, like, y'all, that basketball team was fire, man. I just
Man,
remember the team.
left and right.
Fire, man. Brookhaven has some ballers.
Like, who's
man.
the team in the city now as far as, like, do you still follow high school girl basketball?
Probably Afrocentric.
So Afrocentric.
Yeah, but Afrocentric's coach, I'm not. I know their head coach is not JB, but they had a lot of influence from JB.
Okay.
JB, he did the rankings and stuff back when I played. He was the one that first told me, "Oh, you're ranked in the state." I was like, "Oh, okay." I'm literally doing leg presses in the gym one day, like working out. He was like, "Did you not?" And he comes and introduces himself. He's like, "Did you not know you were ranked?" I was like, "What's that?"
Right.
No idea.
Right.
Ranked as a school?
Right. Like what? Ranked as in what?
Because we didn't have 4 or 5 star like recruits like,
anywhere
status like that back then.
I remember we had Pat Summit come in and watching our practices.
Wow.
And that was for like, that was
Pat
huge.
Summit.
And that was for, she came to see Brittany Hunter.
Yeah.
But when she came, everybody turned up. Like, she gonna leave knowing all of us.
Yeah, why not? For real.
Like, everybody turned up. Like,
Rest in heaven, Pat.
Yeah.
So we had coaches far and wide come in just to watch our practices.
That's great.
We had, and I took pride. I wasn't a varsity starter, but I definitely was a 6th man.
Yeah,
right?
oh yeah, she used to be.
And so
That's
it was just more
though.
so kind of one of those things. I could play any position from the 2 to the 5,
Yeah.
and it's and only if you needed a big 2 in rare occasion. But my comfort zone was the 3.
I used to get big.
Small
And so,
forward.
yeah,
Yeah,
small
yeah,
forward. And if
get
as
busy.
tall as I am, if I'm the small forward, can you imagine what my 4 and 5
Oh,
look
man.
We had Twin Towers. It was
like? You had Brittany, you had Ebony, you had Aaliyah, you had before them I was one of the tallest. It was just me and Kiki.
Kiki, yeah, young Kiki.
And my freshman year it was Megan until she
Yeah,
quit.
that's like Megan. Yeah,
until she quit.
I was mad. Like, why?
Well, you know, and that was our whole thing about not being able to really discuss sexuality. That's why she left.
Oh, okay.
Because Megan was openly homosexual.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because back then it wasn't as accepted as it is now. Like
They hid it. Like their
Yeah.
girlfriends, they would call their girlfriends their sisters or something to that
Right.
effect.
So speaking of like stuff, you know, I mean, in regards to this matter right here, and I'm not even trying to. It's part of it. I'm sorry, but Brittany Griner, man, like,
oh man,
what's your feeling towards that?
Okay, so the Coach Lee perspective is going to be, well, why did you have a vape anything? You know, like you play basketball, you're supposed to stay healthy at all times. But the other part of that for me, I guess, was hurtful. Is that this country is still surprised at the fact that black people don't matter like that.
Exactly.
I don't think Russia has any intentions of hurting Brittany. If you look historically, Russians have always went to Africans to figure out whether it be those shaggy black hats that they have, that came from Africa.
Really?
The way that they fight, the way that they even position themselves strategically, all came from them partnering with brothers and sisters in Africa.
Wow.
So it's not in Russia that they have this hate. I don't think they're going to physically harm her at all. She really just became a pawn in this whole thing with Ukraine.
Right. Wow.
And it's detrimental because when you're there, you're away from family. It's scary, especially if you don't know your history, right? It's scary. And I'm not saying that Russians aren't racist, because there are some racist Russians, right? But in her, where she's at, they're not going to harm her.
Okay.
But she's being used as a piece. She's being used as a pawn over this whole Ukraine thing. So that's really, and so for me, however, it's the mistreatment. It's the way black women are viewed. It's the way that it took forever for it even to catch fire online or in news outlets and things of that nature. Nobody really wanted to report on it. However, had it been a white male or a white woman or even like a LeBron James, it's just even
different response.
Right. But for a black woman, it's like, and I have the same thing when it comes to Breonna Taylor. We've lost our minds over Floyd. Okay, but and Breonna was right in the same time.
Wow.
We still out there screaming for Breonna. She just now getting trials and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the treatment of black women that and it's the fact that people try to deny it like it's not right in our face. Like we just saw you urinate on us and you called it something else.
Right.
Like we're watching you. You're like, no, that's not urine. That's body debris.
Right. Oh, that's what you call it.
No, you're like it's that, and so leaning into the book, that's what really fuels my pen at times.
Now, speaking of books, cause that's what I wanted to touch on, and like this is the second author we didn't have on the show.
Man,
when I think to me, it's a calling for me to write a book. So I personally wrote a book myself, man.
what'd you write, bro?
So like Shara, you know what I'm saying? I was nervous, but you know, like Jess, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, you know, I want to break my shell with my book. You know,
It's the best New York Times seller too.
Yeah. So this is my book. DCP and Just J, okay? now, see, that's what I'm saying. I should be a comedian. Like, this is a serious book right here. So,
Bro.
all right. So, let me page one. See, I was even being eco-friendly, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love it.
I'm sorry, DCP.
I don't know the stuff he's gonna do, y'all. I'm saying this too.
Did you just look your finger?
Yes, I did. This is fresh off the market. Jess L. Jackson.
L. Jackson.
Not Samuel. Jess.
Left Hook
The
Jackson.
hush. You know what?
Loves.
Loves.
Got that?
Nichols Donut Fair. You know what I'm saying? Nichols Donut Fair. This is nice, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think about Nichols Donut Fair. But hold on, y'all.
There's more? There's more?
And
Oh, Jesus Lord.
Whoa.
Oh, it does different things.
pulls out. Hey, DCP and Jessica Jackson was Kim on that bitch. Look at my book. I got you.
I told y'all I had no clue he was doing
Yeah, you
this.
can have it too.
I can have it?
Yes, you can,
I
man.
never-
We're gonna sign it.
Autograph?
Absolutely, man.
I never know what this guy's going to do, bro. He got a book that he wrote. Oh my God.
I want y'all to pay great attention to the craftsmanship.
That's
of
right,
this
man.
book.
I mean,
I want you to understand these edges like this aren't for no reason. These edges are to give dimension.
That's what I'm saying,
To the
man.
book.
You
You
see where I'm
gotta-
going with that?
I
man.
did this tape right here.
You see
it
where I
was
was
probably
going
the
with
last
that?
piece of tape on the road,
Man.
and it's the matter of the fact that you used your last.
What
piece
you
of tape.
said, what you said. Hey, man, I tell you what.
Took your
It's
time.
not-
That's why I knew
It's
she would
not
love it,
hard.
man.
It
So
matters.
Where can they find your book, bro?
you can find that.
I'm on Amazon right now, bro. The find your book. I'm going right now, bro.
It's the ingenuity. It's the fact that Mo gonna beat you up for
You know
using
what?
all
I
the tape.
showed her before I left, man. We got some more tape downstairs in the basement.
And with the dot. I didn't know
Next
what that
page.
was.
How many children's books have you read? Because it's probably been 2 or 3 to do the ... thing on the next
Yeah,
page
man,
too.
a lot my whole life.
But
A lot.
But yeah, use going somewhere, D.
so-
we do have an author, and
Yeah.
she has some books, and we want to touch on some other things too. Y'all gonna catch that at part 3, though.
Yeah, we on part 3.
We on part 3, man.
Part 3, y'all.
Man, wait till y'all hear about this stuff, man. We just touching the surface, man. We about to go a little deeper. About to go a little deeper, man. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Find us on _corner_pocket. I'm still taking out from this book. You can find this book at Barnes and Nobles,
Yeah.
Amazon, Kindle, eBay.
What is this? Price is Right?
You can find it on DCP.com. I'm done, bro.
Hey, I want to know. Hey, my book took it out, huh, man? Hey, y'all know that?
Yeah,
That's why we friends, cause we know she know I ain't got no sense.
Lord.
yeah, with you, bro.
Hey, we see y'all. Hey, part 3, y'all.
I can't with you.
I cannot with you, bro.
Here's all the legal
Yeah, that's
jargon.
right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the legal jargon that goes into
Is that,
trademark.
is that the summary of the book right there?
That's
Just the whole summer, remember?
So it's deliciously?
Yeah, and then on the back.
The book is deliciously.
Right.
So there's kibbles and bits and
Then actually right here, like on the back for a sneak peek, we're gonna go under here. You see my autobiography about me under here, man. But yeah, I work hard on this book. I know.
you gotta understand what you dealt with in high school, man. Because this was an everyday thing. It was just what's
Yeah,
next.
see, so I don't do notebooks no more. I just actually books now. I do books. I do books. Hey, man, part 3, we gonna see y'all, man. Let's get up here, man. Cut this out, man.
Alright, we out. All right, people. So this is the signing. Like Justin's waiting here for his signing. He's signing the book, and y'all gonna see this.
Yeah, I just wanted to also again just give you a quick reading again because I don't know who might have missed it. This is the book of DCP and Just Jay. The good lighting, you guys see?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good. Hey, Howard, be good to me, okay, Howard? Yeah. So, so DCP and Jess L. Jackson.
He licked the fingers again.
Loves Nichols Donuts Fair.
Nichols Donuts.
Yep. And Get on them, bitch! Hey! We like, get on them, bitch! So I'm officially signing the book now. So yeah, this is the first one, man. You know, I'm
gonna use your real name?
I'm signing the back. Yeah, I'm signing the back.
Yeah, you gonna use your real name? She's waiting too in anticipation.
My best
He is really signing the book.
Bub, not Bud, Bub.
Bubba.
J. Jackson. JJ Jack.
Whoa.
Yours? How? Dean Ice. DC. All right.
I am done. I am done, bro. I cannot with you.
Over it. This guy.
There you go, bud.
Thank you. Y'all are crazy.